For over 230 million years, the ancient reptiles we know as dinosaurs dominated the Earth. Evidence of their existence is found in numerous fossils, some of which are remarkably well preserved, like that of a Triceratops.
It's even more incredible
However,
in person.
the geological record shows that no dinosaur fossils have been discovered from a period younger than 66 million years ago. This led researchers to hypothesize that dinosaurs completely disappeared from the face of the Earth at that time. Terrifying marine reptiles like the Mosasaurus and Plesiosaurus also went extinct, as did all the flying reptiles known as pterosaurs. Forests filled with conifers and other ancient plants burned down in many parts of the world. In this video, we will explore just how catastrophic this mass extinction event was for the dinosaurs and examine the various hypotheses researchers put forward before narrowing down the cause to one central factor: the geological evidence of extinction. Long before dinosaur fossils were discovered from the Cretaceous period, geologists and paleontologists had noticed a significant change in the types of fossils found in the geological record. The most striking change was the disappearance of chalk, which is the origin of the name for the Cretaceous period, from the Latin creta for chalk. This name was given because, during this period, many layers of sedimentary rock were formed from chalk deposits, particularly from the shells of microscopic organisms like foraminifera and coccolithophores found all over the world, especially in Europe. In addition, various types of shelled creatures characteristic of the Cretaceous period also disappeared, such as ammonoids, belemnoids, inoceramids, and rudists. Ammonoids and belemnoids were groups of marine mollusks with spiral and straight shells, while inoceramids and rudists were large clams that also dominated the ancient marine ecosystem. The disappearance of these once common fossils indicated such a dramatic change that geologists decided to use it as the boundary marker between the Mesozoic and Cenozoic eras. The last era of the Mesozoic, the Cretaceous, is symbolized by the geological letter K. The first era of the Cenozoic, the Tertiary period, is symbolized by the letter T. This is why the boundary marker is known as the KT extinction. Early theories of dinosaur extinction. Scientists proposed many theories regarding the extinction of dinosaurs before settling on one. One of the most interesting was the theory of a pathogenic bacterial outbreak that could have caused an epidemic. This epidemic was thought to be capable of killing all the dinosaurs through large-scale infectious disease transmission. This theory was first proposed over 100 years ago and later appeared in an episode of The Simpsons, where the character Homer Simpson is depicted sneezing on a Tyrannosaurus rex, which supposedly caused the extinction of all dinosaurs through a virus he triggered. Another theory suggested a parasitic infection from creatures like flukes, fleas, or flies. However, this theory was quickly debunked by researchers from the University of Bristol. They argued that if an epidemic were large enough to wipe out dinosaurs, it would also have affected other groups of animals, which contradicts the fossil record. The asteroid impact theory. We now come to the scientifically accepted theory that is commonly cited as the reason for the dinosaur extinction: the impact of a massive asteroid. This theory gained widespread support after the discovery of the Chicxulub crater on the edge of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico in 1978. With a diameter of about 150 kilometers, this giant crater was discovered by surveyors from the company Petróleos Mexicanos. The discovery of this crater is considered the strongest physical evidence yet for the dinosaur extinction, which, after extensive research, was found to have occurred around 66 million years ago. This finding was further strengthened by the discovery of high concentrations of iridium in the crater. Iridium is a rare metal that is very scarce in the Earth's crust, but is abundant in asteroids and comets. The catastrophic chain of events. When the large asteroid entered Earth's atmosphere, it only took a moment before it hit the surface. From a human perspective, the impact would have seemed instantaneous. However, behind this cataclysmic event was a series of hidden, crucial events. The asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs entered the atmosphere at a low angle, about 30 degrees from the horizontal. This low angle caused most of its destructive energy to be flung northward from the impact point. Even before the fireball hit the ground, the sky would have become blindingly bright. About 800 kilometers from the impact site, The asteroid's light was so intense that it would have burned the flesh of sauropods like Alamosaurus and blurred their shadows on the ground. This flash of light would have also burned their eyes, making it impossible for them to see what was happening. According to a 2022 article in Live Science, the energy released by the asteroid was equivalent to 10 billion Hiroshima bombs. Herman Bermudez, a geologist from Montclair State University, estimates that the seismic energy generated was 50,000 times greater than the earthquake that struck the island of Sumatra in 2004. The event triggered a massive earthquake with a magnitude of over 11, which is even more powerful than the strongest earthquake in recorded human history, a 9.5 magnitude quake in Chile in 1960. Had the asteroid hit the deep ocean, some of its force might have been absorbed by the water. Instead, it struck shallow waters in the Gulf of Mexico, which instantly vaporized. The greatest threat to all living creatures at the time came from the dust that was thrown into the atmosphere. This is supported by recent research from geologist Sean Gulick of the University of Texas, who found dust particles at the Tanis fossil site in North Dakota. Even though this site is about 300 kilometers from the Chicxulub crater, layers of sediment in an ancient lake at the site managed to preserve particles from the event. The dust particles found were between 0.8 and 8 micrometers in size, and research indicates they could have remained in the atmosphere for up to 15 years. Of all the material ejected into the atmosphere by the asteroid, about 75% was dust, 24% was sulfur, and only 1% was soot. This dust caused the Earth to plunge into a prolonged, total darkness. Without sunlight, plants and algae, which support ecosystems, began to die one by one. A domino effect followed, starting with the extinction of herbivorous dinosaurs, which was then followed by the extinction of carnivorous dinosaurs due to a lack of food. A 2012 study estimated that at least 628 to 1078 species of non-avian dinosaurs vanished during this horrific event, including the Tyrannosaurus rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, and Spinosaurus. What about the marine reptiles like the Mosasaurus and Plesiosaurus? We can answer this by looking at a 2019 study, which showed that the event that ended the dinosaur era also played a role in acidifying the Earth's oceans. This disrupted the food chains that support underwater life and caused a mass extinction. The findings of this research, conducted by scientists from the United States, reinforce the hypothesis that sulfur-rich rocks created acid rain in the oceans following the asteroid collision. This sudden acidification would have destroyed the organisms that form the base of the ecosystem, such as plankton and other marine microbes, which were the primary food sources for many other creatures in the sea. The possibility of bringing dinosaurs back. It has been more than 66 million years since these terrible lizards walked the Earth. While birds are scientifically considered to be part of the dinosaur lineage, all terrestrial carnivorous and herbivorous dinosaurs have been gone ever since. There have been many claims and stories about the discovery of living dinosaurs in remote places, such as the Loch Ness Monster, but all of these claims are hoaxes. Even a supposed plesiosaur carcass was actually a rotting shark. Dinosaur lovers, however, would still very much like to see them in real life, much like what happened in the movie Jurassic Park. The scientific method depicted in the film involves finding dinosaur DNA in fossils and using it to create new dinosaurs in a lab. This raises the question, is this possible in reality, or is it just science fiction? This very question was once posed to a researcher named Dr. Mary Schweitzer from Montana State University. She responded, "If I could, I would. There's nothing I want more than to have a dinosaur farm in my backyard." She went on to explain that unfortunately, there are too many obstacles to bringing dinosaurs back, even good ones. Although we haven't been able to prove that DNA still exists in very old dinosaur bones, we can still study small protein fragments in the fossils. By studying these, we can learn a great deal about how they lived and what other organisms lived alongside them. For more fascinating insights into the world of ancient life, be sure to subscribe to our channel and explore our other videos. You'll find a wealth of information on everything from dinosaur discoveries to the latest paleontological research. Join our community of paleontology enthusiasts and never miss a new video.